how do you think about the impact of retail and where that's going and why it's important?
Yeah, I think, Daniel, you hit the nail on the head. I think we are sitting on a generational wealth transfer. So 60 trillion is going to be transferred from baby boomers to generation XYZ. So people who are older than 55 are going to transfer $60 trillion to people between 20 and 55. So all of us are going to be recipients of that. We are not golfing with our advisor at a private bank or sitting and having donuts with them, right? We want to be educated. We are all smart. We know how to use technology. We know how to consume data. We are doing it every single day of our lives, and we are making real decisions, right? And so financial services have to move. We were very excited for last 20 years that the bank went from analog to digital and we could scan our checks and not having to go to the bank. But it is a lot more than that, right? Of course, digital payments has been a huge part of it, and obviously block has led the way in terms of how Square, as it was called earlier, had led the way of how payment should like really work, right? So I think those changes are happening, and that's going to propel what changes users need to see. But I think, going back to your point, what happened in the last 4 or 5 years is technology and consumer behavior dramatically changed. Okay, we see it in our own ecosystem, Daniel. Our first, I still remember this, we launched our mobile app. We were the first alts platform to launch a mobile app 4 or 5 years ago, 2017. Our first investment was from middle of Lake, Minnesota. How amazing is that? It's probably a dad fishing with his son or a family, and our investments launch at a specific time, and they came in and invested, probably from their iPad. And so that was like really a great game changing kind of experience or insight that we had. So I think that whole consumer behavior has shifted. People want a seat at the table. Now the question is, how do you responsibly ensure that the consumers are educated, know what they're getting into, what is the liquidity, and all of that is on us to ensure that that happens. And then right type of consumers get access to right type of products. And so obviously we have to work with regulators, bring them up to speed with what's changing in the world and really have that dialogue. And by the way, in the past, we have engaged with the SEC to actually show them product screenshots. And our lawyers used to say, hey, no, the SEC doesn't engage like this. And we used to say, like, what's the point of just commenting on the filing? Let's show them the user experience, because then they will be able to attest as like, hey, is this right or wrong for the users? What should we disclose? What should we not disclose? How should we advertise? And we engage with the regulators that way. And so I think that's going to drive, Daniel, a really dramatic shift in the coming years, why people can get access to interesting products.